Okay folks, we are here. What a wild ride that was. It's right on the road, but it's a dead end road. There's plenty of wood around. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do a fire. It is windy out. So let's check the site out. Get a jacket on. Cold. Oh, that feels better. Show you guys the site real quick. I think that ends up. Look at this wind, man. I definitely won't be able to do a fire tonight. Anyway, the road dead ends up there, and I came in here. It's like 4.5 miles to the main road. So I just have it set up like this. I'm not going to do the awning or anything. This is going to be a low-key camp. Low-key. Low-key. There's so much wood around. All right, let me get some stuff out of the truck. Man, I'm cold. Folks, we might be eating in the truck. We can't have a fire, you can be able to warm up. I'm going to hook up the propane. We're probably going to need it tonight. All right, I'm going to turn our AC on. All right, we got to test that heater. Takes a while for the propane to come through. There it goes. If you guys can see that. You can turn on high. Man, it's kicking up out here. Yeah, I think that's it. I'm gonna leave you guys in here and let me know how that turns out. Yeah, that's on. That's definitely on. Put that on low. Well, folks, I hate to do this, but I might be hanging in here till that wind dies down. Guess we'll come in, maybe get some snacks. Hopefully that wind dies down, we can get a fire tonight. I mean, it's nuts. The sun came out, but still. I'm not even going to set the truck cams up. You know what I mean? All right, let's get in here. We'll see what happens. All right. Okay. Back in the SQWIB shack. Chilly out there. Okay. Pop these lights on. Alright, let's have something to snack on. I'll get a little tidied up and then we'll have something to snack on. The only thing I had to eat today was a banana and a little pack of them Belvita snack crackers. Alright, I'll turn you guys off and let me get situated. Alright, hopefully you guys can see everything alright. We're gonna have some cheesy crackers and chill. And some summer sausage. Sound good? Sound good? Get a little plate. I love this cheese. It's by Black Diamond and extra sharp. Summer sausage. Ow. Let's get some crackers out. Get a little cheese on there. Get her some sausage on there. And there we go. Very good. The ride up was pretty rough, man. We had 40-mile-per-hour gusts, and it was blowing my truck all over. It's actually blowing me over so bad, I'll cross over halfway over the white line. And I was always nervous passing a truck, afraid that they would get blown into my lane or I'd get blown into them. When I was on an open highway, it was pretty bad. I've seen people all over the road. When I got onto these back roads, a single lane, it wasn't too bad. But I got to see some pretty fall colors. It's just a shame. I'm gonna turn this heat off, guys. And I'll put it back on later. But I wanted to have a nice fire out there. I brought all kinds of wood and stuff. It's just too windy. I want to do the right thing and be safe. So I don't want to be blowing, you know, embers all over. I don't know how dry it is in this area. We got a lot of rain in my area, but I don't know how much rain they got here. But in any case, I'm going to enjoy my cheese, crackers, and summer sausage. I'm going to turn you guys off, have a couple more of these, and get dinner, get set up for dinner. So since it's Halloween, I wanted to be a little festive on this trip. So here's my little decorations. So I got some decorations. I got some pillow covers. And a little lamp. Alright folks, it don't look like the wind's going to stop. So I'm going to have to cook in here. It's not really a big deal, but I really wanted to cook over the fire. But it doesn't look like that's going to happen. So we'll do it in here. Alright, we'll start off with some hot dogs. We're not going to eat all these, but they're thawing. I want to cook them all. Because I don't want to thaw them and have to refreeze them or anything. So I'm just going to cook them all and put them back in the Ziploc bag. And then I'll probably take them to work Monday and eat them Monday. They should be fine as long as they're cooked and refrigerated. So we're going to start. Get the doggies going. We got some Wendy's chili. Perfect evening for chili. Okay, look at that chili out of the way. Put the onion away. I'm going to get rid of 3 of these. And now we'll go in the fridge. And if there's any leftover chili, I'll put it in the same bag. Get our buns ready. I'm going to try to knock out 3. I think we can do it. Get some onion. A little bit of cheese. Alright, time to eat. I don't know how I'm going to do this. Oh man. Let's see. Here we go. There we go. said I really wanted to put this on the fire, over the fire outside, but it's unsafe to have a fire. I'm only going to be able to get 2 of these down. 3 too much. What I'll do is I'll dump the rest of the chili and the onions in this bag. Eat them Sunday maybe when I get home. I'm going to turn you guys off and then get everything put away and cleaned up. And then we'll go from there. I'll be using this again tomorrow for breakfast, so I'll leave that out. Just slide it back here on our table. And turn off our power because this will still draw power. Even with that off and none of these on, just the DC to AC inverter, or I think it's the DC to AC inverter, it will pull so many watts just sitting idle. But it is what it is. So get everything cleaned up. And ready for tomorrow. You got to be really careful when you're doing cooking and stuff inside the truck like this, because you can't spill anything. You just got to be really careful. Okay, so got chili dog in there, hot dogs, onions, and chili. You know, I really like the Wendy's chili, but to be honest with you, I didn't care for it out of the can. I prefer the Hormel much better. Alright, I put this in the fridge. Alright. It's too early to go to bed. That's 5:12. It's still early. The wind died down, maybe we get a fire? No. Okay, so in the spirit of Halloween, we are going to watch a horror movie. So what do we got? Actually, let me get caught up with some of my TV shows, and then we'll watch the horror movie later. It's still early, so tonight's pretty much a wash anyway.
Please.
Oh boy. Ah. Getting cold in here. Oh boy. I'll turn the heat on. Okay, we're gonna get ready for our horror flick. Smells good. Cinnamon stick. There. Get our hot apple cider, and we are going to watch a horror movie, and that is going to be Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
In the summer of 1973, a few miles outside of Austin, Texas, 5 youths were attacked in a grisly and gruesome fashion. By his account, officials released this composite picture of the killer.
Everybody was terrified.
Okay, that's $18.99. Unless I can interest you in the show.
Oh boy. That was bad. That was bad. Oh boy. Oh folks. It was still windy out there a little while ago. I was out there. Hopefully tomorrow won't be windy. So I'm going to set up the bed, call it a night. I'll see you folks in the morning. Alright folks, good morning. Oh man, what a great night's sleep. I got up a couple times. It was windy all night. It's a little breezy now, but hopefully if the wind dies down, we'll go out and we'll start a fire. It's went down to I think 36 last night, and I put the heater on I guess around midnight or 1. I turned it off because it got too hot in here, but then when it got in the 30s I was able to put it on low, the lowest setting, and it was 36 outside and 68 in here. It was very comfortable. We're gonna make something to eat. Nothing crazy. Just a bagel and some coffee. Get a coffee out. I have coffee up there, but I just want to use the ones up in here. Get rid of them. Okay, I'm back with my butter and cream cheese. Yeah, nothing crazy. I just figured a bagel, cream cheese bagel for breakfast would be fine. So, that's what we're gonna do. Yeah, that wind was rough last night, folks. I couldn't, there was no way to get a fire going. No way. Fire would have been sideways. There would have been embers blowing all over the place. I didn't want to take the chance. There we go. Get that off of there. out. And get our coffee going. I always spill it when I do this. Let's see what happens. Yeah, I got a little bit out there, so there we go. Yeah. Get this stuff set up. Well, get this put away. We'll get you out of there. Put you back. And then we're gonna get our creamer. That's our sugar. We don't want sugar. We're not gonna be using sugar. It's our creamer. And we're going to be using some Splenda. Can never get these two to sit right. The only two. Let's get our bagel ready. Like I said, guys, nothing exciting. Just wanted to have a little something in my stomach before I go out and probably get a fire going because it's cold out. Well, 40 degrees, it ain't that cold. I like a lot of cream cheese on my bagel. I wanted to put apple butter on here and on one side and hot pepper jam on the other side. I just made a bunch of hot pepper jam. If I make a video, I'll show you guys. I'll put a link in the description for that. But I really gotta watch my sugar, man. And I've been pretty good. You guys see that on these trips I'll usually have a pie or some brownies or something, some chocolate milk. I don't eat that much stuff like that at home. Sometimes, but you know. There, here we go. Cheers, folks. So, plan is dress for the weather, tidy up in here. Well, the plan is to eat this first, tidy up in here, get dressed for the weather outside, and maybe start a fire and see what kind of wood I can find around here. Maybe I keep a fire going all day, get a nice warm fire going. And last night's movie, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the 2022, it does not have the same impact as the original. I think the original was in the 70s. I can't remember. But it was very... Some of it was silly. Some of it was like... They had like some jump scares, but you knew it was coming. Very predictable movie. I don't want to tell you guys what happened in case you want to watch it. Sun's coming out. I'm gonna finish my breakfast and coffee, and I'll see you guys outside. Well, folks, the wind's kicking up again. I don't know what to do. There's gusts, but then it calms down for quite a bit. Then the gusts pick up again. It's pretty cold out here. So I'll start harvesting I'll start processing some firewood in the area. And we'll go from there. But if the wind kicks up anymore, I'm gonna have to put the fire out. So much wood. Yeah, look at this. I don't know if you guys can see that. We'll see what we can do. Yeah, the sights aren't bad. Oh, that's caving in. I got a drain here. And it's it looks like it's busted through. I'd hate to drive my truck over that and sink in. So, in any case, guys, here we are. Here we are in the beautiful Delaware State Forest. And Delaware State Forest is in Pennsylvania. Dinner was okay last night. Didn't really care for the Wendy's chili as much as the Hormel chili. I think I said that earlier in the video. But I like Wendy's chili, but out of the can it was like sweet or something. I couldn't put my finger on it. We're at camp. The truck did good. Heat worked well. Bed's awesome. Power stations are kicking ass. Right now I got the rear power station on that is topping off the power station in the front. I know it's not the perfect setup, but I just roll over in bed, hit a button, charges the front up. And then when I'm driving around, I got the DC to DC charger, the EcoFlow 800 watt. So like almost a 3 hour trip. If that thing was on zero, it'd be completely charged by the time I got home. Doing a simple camp this weekend. I don't want to go all out with the canopy, all the cooking gear. This was a very relaxing weekend. I got a trap pond that we'll be heading out Thursday. We'll be there till Monday. That'll be like kayaking adventures. We got a cabin there. Maybe I'll film that for you guys. Dinners this weekend were simple. I'm going to be doing some pizza tonight. I really like using the electric and having the propane as a backup for cooking. I mean, if I'm out on the picnic table or something like over here, then yeah, I can have it out whatever I want. I can use the propane or whatever. In the truck, I really do like to use the electric. It's much simpler. There's also a safety factor, but I don't think it's a big deal if you're using one of the butane stoves in there cooking. I don't think, if you're careful, you're fine. Just make sure you got windows cracked. Come on, wind, stop. All right, let's process some wood. Get out our handy dandy chainsaw. A little bit of Earl in there. You guys know I don't like to do reviews on my channel or anything. I mean, I just like to show you what I use and stuff. But I gotta say, this is a handy little saw. Process some wood. Back to camp. I didn't bring my axe, but I got a hatchet. We'll see if we can split some of this hardwood. We'll lay the pine on the bottom. Start the fire on top of the pine. Sort of like a reverse fire. That's all from one battery, and it's still got life in it. Very impressed. The second time I had it out on a camping trip, and I'll never leave without it again. Especially if there's like some deadfall out there. I always wind up bringing home. So a lot of times I wind up bringing home more wood than I came with, which is good. Wood's expensive. I'm gonna sit here. Hopefully that wind dies down just a little bit more. I'm going to do sort of like a reverse fire. Line the bottom with pine. Build the fire on top of that. And try to split some of that hardwood. And feed the fire with the hardwood. I cut this wood small. For the fire pit. Oh, it got a nice edge on it. Yeah, there's another fire pit I'm looking at. It's like twice the size. A little bit heavier duty. I was gonna pull the trigger on it, but it doesn't come with a case, and to me that's a big deal. You know, if it don't come with a bag or something to carry it in, or if I can't find something with the nice dimensions like I have that fire pit, I won't buy it. It's like $250. So meanwhile, that little fire pit will have to do. That little fire pit's nice if it's raining out and I'm gonna have a fire. I can pull the canopy out, the awning or the canopy, whatever you call it, and build the fire right under there, like right under the canopy. Just got to be careful with you know, like if you put paper or something, then you just got to be watching embers and all that, but it works out well. So let's try splitting some of that hardwood. Alright, I'm done. So what we got is, got our base for starting, it's all pine. Probably start with some of my good wood on top of there. Load all that junk in there. Burn that up. Start burning that junk up. And then we'll feed it with this through the night if the wind dies down. Took a nice little walk. Do a little exploring. Ground's very soft here, almost like marshy. I don't want to lose sight of my truck. Alright, too late. I just know I have to go up to that ridge and make a left. I wanted to check out this rock formation down here. Alright, see if we can find our way back. Just doing a little more exploring. Found my fire pit. So much wood. A lot of it's pretty good too. Almost looks like a trail. Warmed up a bit. Beautiful fall day. It's probably in the low 50s right now. Did have a couple cars come by. Wind is still pretty rough, so I'm gonna wait a little bit longer before I start a fire. All right, here's the rules and regulations. Did you guys read that real quick? Alright folks, we're going to take a little road trip. I'm just getting bored out of my mind. I mean, if I could start the fire, it'd be one thing, but it's all I'm doing is processing wood. I'm going to take a quick ride up to see how far this dead end goes. And then hopefully nobody takes our stuff. Alright, let's do this. Off to see the wizard. Well, let's check that out. So we're going to check out this Buckhorn Fire Tower. Ooh. Don't want to take out the fire tower. let's check out this fire tower. Probably can't climb it. We'll see. Pretty cool. Buckhorn Ridge Trail. Really, you know what? I don't want to be a trespasser. It's probably because it's unsafe too. Oh well. Sorry guys. Sorry folks. Buckhorn Fire Tower. All right, let's mosey on down the road a little bit, see what else we can find. Back on the road again. Dang, man. That truck should be high enough. I don't think I'm going to bottom out. Think I should get a 6-inch lift? I don't have any recovery gear either. Yeah, I'm a little tired from processing all that wood. I have a bunch that I'm processing now. The tonning. It's pretty wet. It needs to be seasoned more. So, I know I don't have my seatbelt on. Yeah, it needs to be seasoned. So I'm going to take some of that home for my next camping trip. And they're set back there. So 028 and 029 is good. They're close to each other, but at least they're off the road. Yeah, this road's supposed to dead end. It looks like it's going off the mountain. This is one of the reasons why I really like to have a minimal camp and not put the canopy out and all that neat stuff. Because while it's nice to go camping, if you're camping for a weekend, you know, you want to be able to go out and explore, you know, and drive around, check things out. But if you got camp set up, the canopy, you got all that tables and all that stuff, you don't want to break it down. All right, okay, that's a private. Yardley Rod and Gun Club. No trespass. State Game Lands Public Hunting, Pennsylvania Game Commission. Okay, cool. So you can hunt here. Very cool. Well, that is the end of, I believe it's called Fire Tower Road. Hunt safely. So let's head back to camp. And it looks like the wind died down. Wow, imagine having a cabin back here, surrounded by state game lands and Delaware State Forest. He's got some property over here posted, which is nice. Off the beaten path. I would love it. All right, back to camp. Yeah, we're back at camp, but you know what? I want to go back to Site 26 and tag that spot. Get a GPS on that spot and take a couple pictures. See if it's doable for a large tent. Another site up here. 026. Well, let's check that out. This is better off. This is better here. It's off the beaten path. So we'll have to remember 026. All right, let's check out that site. All right, get a truck in there. Maybe a truck there, maybe a tent there. Freaking wind's kicking up again. All right, get some pictures. Dragging a stick. Here we are at camp. Okay, got all that processed to take home. And this is for tonight. If the wind ever stops. So we just had a Bureau of Forestry truck drive by. He see me out here with the firewood, didn't say anything. But we'll wait a little bit longer. See if the wind dies down. The wind stops and then it picks up for like 15 minutes and it stops. So I don't know what's going on. But I'm sort of tucked down here a little bit. It's not as bad as like it looks up in the trees. You hear this shit? If he says, "Oh, you can't have a fire," I'm like, "Oh my God, my whole truck will be full of firewood because I'm taking a lot of this. I won't take the pine. I'll take all the hardwood." I got a blister and I spent too much time betoning. Jesus Christ! It is what it is. Mr. Forest Ranger. Some cheese and crackers. And smoked sausage. Summer sausage, actually. wanted to get a pepperoni stick cooked over the fire. I never got one. But this is just as good. The window seems to be affecting the fire too much. This knife's a little special to me. It's I keep it in the truck, in the Suburban. It was my dad's. Passed away a few years ago, and I was going through some of his fishing stuff. I found a really nice blade. Reminds me of him every time I take it out and use it. He's sorely missed. All right, I'm gonna cook dinner in here. Then maybe head back out to the fire. God, I was out there falling asleep. All right, we're gonna have some pizza. Oh, like I said, we're gonna have some pizza, frozen pizzas. Let's turn it. I don't want it. Red Baron deep dish. Then we're gonna adjust it up a little bit. Some onions and green peppers. There we go. All right, I think you guys can see everything, right? So we're gonna do a little bit of onion. These are our onions. Get out our cooking spray. Turn our stuff on here. There we go. We'll get our pizzas out. I gotta cook both of these up because they're completely thawed. Okay. We got our green peppers here. These are frozen from the garden. Alright, let's check that out. Alright, that's good. I don't want to overcook it. Cut it and check it. Don't want to burn myself because it's hot in there. Which it was hot. Air fry, we're gonna go, let's go 385 for 9 minutes. And that is what we got. Let's see if it's cooked all the way through. It probably could have went longer. Yeah, it's done. But it probably could have went a little longer. Good. Oh, it's spicy. What did I put on that? Oh, the green peppers and onions on there. Ooh, I definitely cooked that one. Come on, I gotta get under there. There we go. Cheese is extra cooked. I have to clean that when I get home. All right, let's have a look-see on this one. Yeah, I think it's done a little bit better. I think when I add all them toppings on it, it's best to cook it longer at lower temps. I usually cook them, I think, 7 to 9 minutes on 400, unless I put toppings on it like this. All right, let me finish eating this, and then I'll clean up, and we'll go out and enjoy a little bit of the fire. Really turned out to be a nice evening. Wind's completely died down. We got our fire where we want it. I'll hang out here for a couple hours, burn this wood up. Yeah, dinner was good. I know I do this all the time, but 2 of them is too much for me. And one is a little light. 1.5 would be perfect. I gotta just eat one. It's so nice. Little breeze. The fire's perfect, man. Yeah, so the fire's where I want it. Perfect evening. Man, I'll tell you, I go in that truck, I get all comfy and I cook, and I'm just sitting there chilling. I don't want to come out. You gotta push myself to come back out. It's like it's tough getting up in the morning because I don't want to get out of bed. Like this morning, I think I was up at like 5:30, then I laid there and I was up at 6:30. Then it was 7, then I'm like, I'm just gonna lay here a little bit longer. It's too comfy. Had to level the truck a little bit. I don't feel like getting the leveling box out. All right, we're gonna come in and crash. Watch a little TV. It's still fairly early, but I want to hunker down for the night. Tired. All right, we're gonna watch a movie. I got the heater on. 47 outside, 62 in here. Once it warms up in here, I'll turn the heater off and might have to put it on throughout the night. I think we are gonna watch 28 Years Later. Hey folks, good morning. Man, it's cold out, it's 32. But the fire's still got some heat in it. Yeah, it's putting off some heat. We're gonna clean up and get out of here. turn our propane off. Alright, we're going to heat up a breakfast sandwich for the road. And then load the rest of this stuff in here and get out of here. Dust cover. Yeah, they're supposed to have a dust cover on them because it screws up the element or the thing in there if it gets dust on it. Let's get a breakfast sandwich going. Jimmy Dean croissant sandwich, egg and cheese biscuit. Let's drop in a paper towel and cook for a minute. $32 and $57. Yeah, that is done. Nice hand warmer. All right, let's throw the rest of our stuff in here. Got our breakfast sandwich ready. Here, our Mocha Java Monster. Here. I think it gets heavier every trip. And this is all the wood I got for next camping trip. Lights off. All right, and we're gonna get the hell out of here. Campus all clean. Left a couple pieces of wood. Get that car fired up. Alright folks, that's going to do it for another camping trip. Very enjoyable. Loving the weather. It got down to 32 last night. I had the heater on low all night. Kept the inside of the truck 68 degrees. Very relaxing. So folks, I'm going to call it. Hope to see you on the next one. Until then, I'm out.